There's a generation of women running back to a life we were never taught but desperately want to know. A life our grandmothers understood without needing to call it anything. Before it was called slow living, before we called it homesteading, it was just life.
All of these videos paint this picture of happy housewives, vintage moms who were loving their lives. That wasn't reality. Why were the housewives and stay-at-home moms of the 50s, 60s, and 70s happy? Because they were on drugs. I'm not joking. They were on Mother's Little Helpers like Valium and Librium and a ton of other medications. Let's look at some of the ads from like the 50s, 60s, and 70s for these medications, because I think it's gonna make a point that I am trying to get at here. It's for Miles Nervine. It says, nerves jumpy, Miles Nervine helps you feel calm. Now and then, tense nerves make you feel jumpy, easily irritated. Sometimes nervous headache follows. Why put up with all this when Nervine can help? Nervine acts gently and fast to help you calm down. Helps in sleeplessness too. By calming that jangled feeling, it lets you sleep naturally. The pictures are a housewife. She's baking. Clearly, she just burned some muffins. And then another picture of her happily taking some medication. Here's another one. This one is called Cyrax. You can't set her free, but you can help her feel less anxious. It's a woman who is, I don't know, cleaning a million things at once. She's ironing. She has a mop bucket next to her. She has all of her brooms and mops and cleaning materials near her. And the ad says, you know this woman. She's anxious, tense, irritable. She's felt this way for months. Beset by the seemingly insurmountable problems of raising a young family and confined to the home most of the time, her symptoms reflect a sense of inadequacy and isolation. Your reassurance and guidance may have helped some, but not enough. Cyrax cannot change her environment, of course, but it can help relieve anxiety, tension, agitation, and irritability, thus strengthening her ability to cope with day-to-day problems. Eventually, as she regains confidence and composure, your counsel may be all the support she needs. Here's another one. This one is called Butasol. Once again, the picture is a housewife. She's all tangled up in a rope from her child, and she's in the kitchen, positioned in front of a stove. It says, now she can cope thanks to Butasol, daytime sedative for everyday situational stress. When stress is situational, environmental pressure, worry over illness, the treatment often calls for an anxiety-allaying agent which has a prompt and predictable calming action and is remarkably well tolerated. Butasol sodium meets this therapeutic need. Here's one called Pacatol, and the ad shows a mom, a housewife, wearing like a typical housewife kind of 50s, 60s dress, and she's taking care of two little kids. The girl is like playing with the mom's dress. The ad says, "Mommy, play with me, mommy." She can now, but only a short time ago, Doris never had time for the kids. A crazy clean housekeeper, she chased dirt and germs all day long. This endless ritual seemed pointless, even to her, yet she couldn't help herself. She became short-tempered with the children, cried for no reason at all, was depressed and indecisive. Because her compulsiveness crowded out normal living, and Doris was on the brink of a serious breakdown, Pacatol was instituted. Pacatol therapy released this housewife from the grip of her neurosis. I think it's really important to pay attention to the way that they described some of these housewives. They talked about experiencing emotional distress and loneliness and depression, beset by the seemingly insurmountable problems of raising a young family. She can't cope. She's dealing with everyday situational stress. She's confined to her home most of the time. Now, thinking about this in context, women were neurotic, hysterical, emotional, because they were oppressed.